Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale, Cholo Trucker here, Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. Payback is among us. So let me bring in my tag team partner so we could tell you guys exactly what's going to happen from the LA Times. One, Mr. Pablo.
That's right, brother. Exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, we're not, it's like Paul Heyman. That is not a promise. This is a spoiler.
That's right.
Yeah, man. For those that are not watching this live, we're doing this before SmackDown. So whatever changes can be made will be made on SmackDown. So just take that into consideration. Obviously, we're all awaiting the arrival and what kind of ripple effect is John Cena going to have. So, but we are doing this before SmackDown. So, Pablo, are you cool, man, with pay-per-views being on Saturday as opposed to Sundays now?
Yeah, I like them better. I like it better, man.
Okay.
I like it better because usually for me, Saturday's a chill day. Most people's Sunday looks like my Saturday. So, it's a good time. You got time to go get whatever food you're gonna get and kind of chill into it and just enjoy the night with the family.
Okay. All right. I got you. All right. To me, I prefer Sundays, man.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Sundays. But hey, man, to each their own. Saturday doesn't ruin it for
Right.
me. So let's make it happen. Pablo, let's get into the pay-per-view, man. I said it before. They were not really promoting this. I did not even hear them bring up Payback pretty much until last Friday night SmackDown. They
Uh-huh.
waited, man, to promote this, man. So, but it is looking pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, it's a very raw centered, pay-per-view, mostly raw matches. There's a few SmackDown sprinkled in, but mostly raw. And I've noticed they've been doing that since the Tribal Chief has the belt.
Mm,
They've been doing a lot more of these raw only type of deals. We'll have
right.
a little bit of salt and pepper from SmackDown. So, it's interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. It's looking a little better than I initially thought. My only beef with this card would be a lot of these matches we've already seen on Raw every week. Other
Mm.
than that, hey, it is what it is, and some of these things are going to come to fruition and start the new episodes of what's going to happen in their careers.
All right. Well, let's get to it, man. What's the first match we got?
Well, the first match that WWE has on their lineup is not a match. It's the
Okay.
Grayson Waller effect with special guest Cody Rhodes.
Okay. Look, I understand some people do like Grayson Waller. And that's cool. He's not horrible, but he's just not growing on me personally. It's fine. I don't have a big issue with Grayson Waller. I'm not saying like, oh, this guy sucks, he's terrible, get rid of him. But it's not really must watch TV for me either. I think this is pretty much there. I think this is gonna turn into a match,
Uh
Paul.
huh.
I think that's whether it's the first thing they do or not. I think this is kind of leading up to a match, which they will have right there. I believe they'll have it that same night, whether it's immediately or later on. But either way, I believe it turns into a match.
Right, right. Yeah. So this is there for a purpose. Because why would they do the Grayson Waller effect?
Mhm.
It'd be better off doing Miz TV or something else. But Grayson Waller effect has a reason to be there. So whatever's going to happen with Grayson Waller and Cody Rhodes, like you said, it's going to happen there, or somebody's going to come out, or someone's going to return, Randy Orton, and start whatever is going to happen next with Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes for the next till the next pay per view, whatever happens tonight, I mean, tomorrow, I believe, or the pay-per-view, whenever you're watching this, is gonna affect what happens with Cody Rhodes for the next month or two.
Okay, so do you think he starts a feud with Grayson Waller, or do you think it's somebody else that comes in?
Well, Grayson Waller's on SmackDown, Cody
Uh-huh.
Rhodes is on Raw, so I don't think it's going to be with Waller. I think it's going to be someone else. The people you could think of that are on Raw, maybe Bobby Lashley comes out, maybe Randy Orton returns, which is always a rumor, right? Every pay-per-view, it's a rumor. Somebody on Raw who maybe hasn't been around for a while. I don't think it'll be John Cena because I believe John Cena is going to be on SmackDown. So yeah, man, that's my prediction.
Hey, real quick, why do you think John Cena's gonna be on SmackDown? Because he's coming on SmackDown. That's where he's returning. Do you think you don't think he could be one of those guys that just kind of switches back and forth, goes wherever he wants?
Well, according to the text I sent you and Javi from WWE, he's going to be on SmackDown,
Okay.
so he's not going to be on both. But with him, who knows? But
Oh,
yeah, dude. So what the story is that because of the strike in Hollywood, the SAG strike, the union strike, it
mhm.
freed him up. So he was able to do, and it works out perfect for WWE as the tribal chief is out, to bring in some ratings,
Okay. Okay. All right, man. So I'm gonna say this turns into a match between Cody and Grayson Waller, and I think Cody goes over. I don't think there's any big surprise. I don't think there's anything like that. I just think they use this just so they won't have to build up a story. And they're like, well, we got to have our biggest baby face on our pay-per-view. So let's not build up a story again with Grayson Waller because that's beneath Cody Rhodes. So let's just
Right.
go ahead. Let's get him in there. And then he talks a little bit of masa. Oh, okay, let's have a match. And I think it's probably like a match which is under 120 seconds. And there's really nothing there to it. Cody Rhodes just looks good. And bada bing, bada boom. Let's move on.
It's not, that's very good, because sometimes we expect all this fabulous stuff to happen, and Triple H is like, nah, man, this is what it is, and I
Right.
think you might be right, and at the same time, losing to Cody Rhodes, either way, it gets Grayson Waller a lot of shine, and
Yeah.
he's coming up. They want to build him up, right? So that would be a good way. A loss to Cody Rhodes right now for Grayson doesn't do much. It just on a pay-per-view, it just helps spread him out, especially if he does good for a little bit.
Yeah.
Does good
Yeah.
for a
I
little bit,
agree.
loses, and yeah.
Agreed. Agreed. What else we got, man?
All right, man. This probably could have been the co-main event or the main event. They have it, but they have it way down here, and LA Knight versus The Miz.
Oh, I have a lot to say, man.
Go for
I
it.
don't know if you want to go first, Paul. You want me to go first? I don't
I could go first, I
go
guess.
for it,
I go
man.
first, so I can save the good stuff for last. So, man, definitely has to be an LA Knight win. Has to be an LA Knight win. I think this is going to be a great match. And I don't want to get too much into what happened on Raw. I'll get a little bit into it because I want to save it for you.
Mm,
But when Miz shines, like when he's doing the wedding, and he's feuding with Edge, when
okay.
Miz is on in a feud, there's not many better for a
Right.
feud, a hardcore feud than the Miz. So I'm happy to see when Miz came out. I'm happy what he did for impersonating LA Knight. But before I give my prediction, I want to say two things. He did a great job. Now, another thing I want to say, this is just my own opinion. This is just opinion, right? This is
Mm,
my opinion. The way he's been putting down LA Knight that anyone could do it, and he came out and did it, that was approval from the back, right? And I
okay.
have a feeling that there's people in the high ups that don't like LA Knight. That's his
Mm,
slow push. And maybe, obviously Miz is kind of scripted what to say a little bit. So he goes out there and, man, buries the guy. So I'm thinking, just in my opinion, it's not fact. I have no proof for this, that some people in the back in the higher ups don't like LA Knight. And they probably, everything that Miz says, they probably think. That's just my opinion. But nonetheless, Miz, when he's on, is great. This is LA Knight, in my opinion, for the win. The crowd's going to go wild, and it should be a good one. Fresh air. Fresh, before you go on,
Yeah.
this is fresh air on Raw. I mean, Miz, this is a fresh Miz. This is a Miz I like to see. This is fresh. It's not like overplayed. It hasn't been overplayed. I like it.
Oh man, Monday Night Raw, what the Miz did was impeccable.
Yep.
I mean, it oh my goodness, man. This guy does not get the credit that he earned, man. This dude is so on fire. And which goes to me to say, you know what? You guys have not been using the Miz correctly in quite a while. Because this guy, yes,
Amen. Amen.
yes, because this guy can do it, man. This guy can do so much. The Miz has been with the company for I don't know how many years, right? And he's been doing a lot of great stuff. But in the last few years, he really hasn't been doing too much. I don't know if I should say years, but in quite a while, he hasn't been doing too much. And I think they kind of put a leash on him. And it's like, well, you know what? We got plans for all these other guys, but I don't know. You're kind of whatever. We're just going to leave you around. I mean, think of what he does, man. What he did at WrestleMania, right? With Snoop Dogg, which by the way, if you just had Snoop Dogg hosting it, it would have sucked. Hey man, shout outs to Snoop D-O-G-G, but if it were just him by himself, it would have sucked, man.
Yep.
The Miz was the vibrant one out there. The Miz was the one bringing the energy out there. And when things went wrong, with Shane O'Mac, I mean, bravo, man, for them to go ahead and do what they did. The Miz, you need to utilize this guy correctly. And I think him feuding with LA Knight, I think has sparked fire back in the Miz. And we all are seeing and being reminded of how great he really is. We have not seen this out of the Miz in a while because I believe they're putting a leash on him. No, let the guy loose, man. This is great stuff. Who comes out on top here? Look, I wouldn't be surprised if they have Miz cheat and win so they can somehow keep this rivalry going. I don't think if LA Knight wins, right? If he wins, especially without any outside interference or anything like that, I think it kind of ends the rivalry or just throws ice on it. And now it's like, well, let's move on somewhere else because what are we going to do? Have a rematch now? Like, I think either Miz has to win by cheating or LA Knight has to win. Possibly, I don't want to say cheating, Paul, but I want to say Miz probably brings something into the ring and he gets caught using it. So he's like, oh, damn, referee turns his back and LA Knight ends up using it. Yeah. And then next on Raw, you see Miz all pissed off. You cheated, LA Knight. You cheated. When in reality, it was Miz that brought that item in just to continue the rivalry.
Yep. Dude, great points. Great points. That would be ideal. That this would continue at least for another month to the next pay-per-view or something, bro. Because this brings them both up. It brings up 2 stars instead of just LA Knight. And like you said, quenching the fire, LA Knight winning, quenching the fire. This could bring up both of them. And Miz, man, when he was feuding with Logan Paul, I don't know if you remember that a while back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was great. That was great. And then when he was, in the wheelchair, and all of a sudden he took off and ran, he wasn't really hurt. Just all that stuff, bro. He is one of the best when he's in a feud. And dude, I was thinking the same thing yesterday. I was like, they are not using him the way they should. He's one of the best heels they got to make it interesting for TV. Just, my gosh, that might have been one of the greatest impersonations ever. ever.
It was
Huh.
yeah, it was good. Look, he's impersonated the John Cena, which in that way he kind of impersonated him a little bit,
Yeah.
just kind of joking. But when he impersonated The Rock, that was really good. But this one was on another level, man. This one was so I couldn't believe it, man.
Oh my, the voice, everything, huh?
Yes,
The
yes. Oh
voice.
my goodness. Miz, definitely Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah. And
Watching his greatness.
mixing in Stone Cold Steve Austin's words, like in other words, you're a
Yes.
rip off, and
Yes.
oh man, yeah,
Awesome,
what?
man.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Oh
That's
man.
hilarious.
The Miz is awesome. Pablo, what
Yeah.
else we got, man?
All right. United States title match: Rey Mysterio, champion, versus Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, Rey Mysterio for the United States champion. I don't know if you saw that Dominic was like, oh, my dad, or he didn't call him dad, but he's like, oh, he's United States champion. I'm North American champion, which also includes the United States,
Ooh,
Um,
it's true.
yeah, it's
Mexico and Canada.
geographically, it's very true. Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. This really does nothing for me. I'm not really that interested. This storyline is a little bit cold. Um, I think I don't know if I should speak for everybody, but I, for one, am just kind of waiting for this storyline to fire up when Escobar turns on Rey Mysterio.
Right.
So does it happen at Payback? I could see. Okay, I could see this. I could see maybe not him turning on him, but a little miscommunication, and something goes wrong, and we start to see a little bit of cracks in their friendship. That's probably the way I'm gonna go. Who wins? I don't know if that's a good. I gotta think about that one, man. I could kind of see Ray giving up the strap back to Austin Theory, but I'll save it. I want to hear what you guys say, Paul.
Yeah, man, you said it all, bro. I don't think no one's really crazy about this match. If there's one thing we want to see, it's definitely the Escobar Mysterio feud. We know that's going to come. Now, are they going to prolong it, or is it going to happen in one night? Is there going to be heat? But the one thing I think none of us want is the title back on Austin Theory. You know, I think we could all say that no one wants Theory to win, but Theory, I think they think he's he's the future. You know, do you remember Roman Reigns when everybody was booing him,
Right?
and they just kept pushing him because they seen something.
Yeah.
And finally it came true when they made him a heel, dude. He's one of the biggest ever. I think that's what they're doing with Theory. They're going to push him until it happens, you know. And the bad part, man, he don't have that likableness like Roman Reigns, you know. So I don't know if it's ever going to work. But yeah, man, I'm going to go Rey Mysterio wins, and it's hard to call, bro, with Escobar around, you know? It's hard to call. It's hard to call.
Does he accompany him to the ring?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Or who's been helping Theory? I forget.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I'm not really
Street
sure,
Profits,
man.
right? Was it the Street Profits?
I no. Is it?
I think it was the Street Profits, bro. They've been accompanying, I think. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
not really excited about this match either, bro.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Rey Mysterio holds on to the title, but I think it's gonna show a little bit of cracks, some miscommunication. It's like, whoa, hey man, hey Escobar, you almost costed me the title, man. You know, I think there's gonna be some sort of little miscommunication there, but yeah, I'll go Rey.
Yeah, baby Dominic comes out and
Yeah,
he goes he goes to hit Dominic and accidentally hit Ray or something, you know.
Something, yes, something of that sort. Yes.
Hey, wouldn't it be interesting to see Ray as a heel? You know, that would be kind of interesting. He's never really been a long-term heel, huh?
No, man. I don't think it'd be good. I think he's
Yeah,
got to be a face, man.
too
So
legendary, huh?
Richard,
Too legendary, right?
yeah, it's too legendary. It's like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Like, hey, we gotta turn him into a heel. Like, it won't work.
Yeah, and I don't know where, I shouldn't even say this, but in the coming months, somewhere, Rey Mysterio Sr., he's going to be doing autographs somewhere in LA. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to,
nice.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it, man. I'm gonna have to look
Okay.
into it. I seen the flyer. I should have saved it, man. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
so undisputed WWE Tag Team Title Steel City Street Fight.
All
Kevin
right.
Owens and Sami Zayn, champions, versus the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest.
Make no doubt about it. The only interest I have in this match is because of the Judgment Day.
Right.
That is it. Look, they're the only ones that are not holding any gold. Mommy and Dominic are holding gold. There's been miscommunication with them. They've been beefing. I'm not really sure what's up with this other little goon that they brought up from NXT. He kind of looks like Finn Balor. You know who I'm talking about, Paul?
Yeah.
I don't know the dude's name. It seems like he's really trying to be part of Judgment Day, but the only one who's really shouldering up to him is Finn Balor.
Yeah. We all know who he is. It's all right. Looks kind of like a midget.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say either he costs them the match or he wins the match for them. You know, he goes out there. Look, I think I'll just go ahead and say it. Judgment Day wins. They win the straps. It's not working. It's not, and it hasn't been working. And it's a shame that the first tag team, well, real tag team. I'm not talking about, Hogan and, Mr. T versus Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful. I'm talking about actual tag teams to main event WrestleMania, that it was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Like, that's Charlotte, dog. That ain't cool. The fact that it was the Usos, yeah, that's cool, but not Sami and Kevin Owens. And I'm just not down with it. Take the straps off of them and end this forced tag team that is Sami and Kevin. How say you, Pablo?
All right. Let me say this. As you know, we've been doing wrestling already somehow for at least over a year or so. We've been doing it online. We've all been fans, but so Sami Zayn, even before he went on was with the Bloodline, I was a Sami Zayn fan. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
So he used to come out, do his dance, and remember he was kind of like the conspiracy theory guy.
Yes.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Now he's the superstar. I don't like Sammy the superstar so much. I like the old Sammy, where he's kind of like, everybody's against me. I'm the locker room leader, stuff like that, just throwing these little puns. Now he's kind of like a John Cena. He's a superstar. And I get it, bro, though. He's one of the biggest stars in the company. But this, to me, is not working either, bro. You got two people that should be separated. Kevin Owens should be doing his own thing somewhere else on Raw, feuding with somebody else. There's too much star power in that. Sammy should be somewhere doing his conspiracy theory. Mommy said if the Judgment Day doesn't come home with gold, if everybody doesn't have gold by the end of the night, then things are going to change. She's like, I don't know if you've been watching Raw, but she's turned into like the leader of the group. So it's going to be interesting. I would say the Judgment Day will lose, bro.
Oh.
Will lose. And there'll be another part to that later. But I think they might get rid of Finn. I think they're going to get rid of Finn Monday, or it's working towards getting rid of Finn Balor. I don't know. That's my guess. That's my prediction. Just having fun,
Wow, man. Wow. Yeah, I have seen. I did see that. Mommy did say that. By the way, she's rocking a new hairdo, man.
I don't like it. I like the old one, bro.
Okay, where it's like slick back.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay. I know. I think they win, Paul. I just think it's you
Let's
gotta.
hope. Let's hope. I
Yeah,
hope so
you
too.
gotta look. I say, look, you gotta make the tag teams relevant, the tag team champions relevant, and it's just not happening with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And by the way, how good? How healthy is Kevin Owens? He
Right.
stepped away because he was injured. He's
Right.
back. It seems pretty soon. Um,
Yeah.
how is he 100%? Are they saying like, okay, you know what? We don't want you guys to relinquish the titles. Let's go ahead and just have this match, and then KO, you're able to take as much time as you want to recover. So, now I say they come out with the straps, man.
That's a good point, man. KO's getting injured every couple of months now.
He
You know,
is. He is.
getting injured. He's always doing all. He's a big dude. You don't have the greatest body to be doing all that high flying stuff, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They should slow him down a little, man.
Yeah.
But I think again, I hope you're right. My ideal is that they'll lose the titles, but again, Kevin Owens they should separate them. He should be over fighting for the championship against Seth or against Nakamura, whoever wins. He should be in that.
Right.
Sammy should be somewhere else doing something else. So they could still be cool, but there's too much talent in one little area. Kevin Owens is one of the best bad guys, just like the Miz. They're one of the best bad guys they got. They need to go off on that. He doesn't need to be attached to Sammy the babyface. I get it, it's their dream, but man, dude, come on, let's move on, huh?
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Gosh.
What else we got?
All right, man. Here's the one I've been looking for. Maybe not the way I'll go first, but it's a women's world title match. Rhea Ripley, champion, Mommy versus Raquel Rodriguez.
All right.
All right. So obviously, man, I've been waiting for this fight for a long time. I think a lot of people have. I'm kind of disappointed they built up Raquel. They haven't. She's too baby faced for me, bro. They should have made her look a little more dominant coming up. But nonetheless, we're here. So I think there's no way that Rhea Ripley loses the title tonight. But I do think, like you said in the other match, it's not going to end here. It's not going to end here. I think Raquel's a future champion, but is it time? Are the fans really behind Raquel? I think they're behind Mommy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mommy going to NXT with Dominic, the ratings are huge, growing. Wherever Mommy Dominic go, they're huge. Why would they want to slow that down? Unless Liv Morgan comes out and helps Mommy lose or something like that. So my prediction is Mommy comes out for the win, but man, Raquel is going to get that title sooner or later.
Okay.
And just one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Steroids. Supposedly she's out for 3 months, taking like a hiatus, So
You're talking about Bianca Belair.
Yeah, she's out. So this only makes sense that this rivalry could happen right now.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Okay. Here's the thing. First of all, WWE, you do not need to keep on kayfabing injuries to try to get somebody over.
Ooh, good point.
Okay. Enough of that. Enough with the Cody Rhodes. Oh, he's injured, but he's the little engine that could. Enough with, hey, Raquel, she's injured, but look, she's still striving through it. Like, come on, man, knock it off already. Like this, we don't have to keep on doing injuries and saying, oh man, look how tough they are. Stop it, man. That's really getting old, man. I agree with you, Pablo. I think they waited a little too long and they tried to rush this a little bit too fast. They could have really built this a heck of a lot better. When I was seeing the promo to this match and seeing them both work out, I was like, wow, this is badass. But we should have been seeing this like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, we should have been seeing this, you know, these promos of them working out and, you know, yeah, like, oh man, I can't wait to crush your face or something like that, you know, and stop having these chicks go at it with one another. I think it builds up more when they don't touch one another.
Right.
When Charlotte and Asuka were going to meet up at WrestleMania, I think it was WrestleMania 34. I might be wrong. One of those. They didn't touch each other. They didn't start throwing chingazos at each other. And that to me made it just like, wow, I cannot wait because I can't see how one reacts when the other one touches the other one, man, because I haven't seen it at all. My mind can only imagine. But you got these girls going at it over and over and over. And Raquel Rodriguez is somewhat still injured. Oh, now she's not injured. Okay, 1 week left, and now she's 100%. She's working out. Like, oh, man, this is WrestleMania worthy if you would have built it up right. The fact that it's on PayBack, yeah, the fact that it's a PayBack kind of cheapens it for me. But I will say this. I think Liv Morgan gets involved and costs Raquel the title. Mommy is way, way, way too hot on fire for you to throw ice on her. Less. Mommy is not losing the strap. Liv Morgan's coming out. She inadvertently is going to cost Raquel the strap. Raquel is going to start a feud with Liv Morgan and beat her twice and then turn back around. And then, you know, in the future, near future, you know, whether it's late this year or early next year, and start feuding with Mommy again.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff right there, bro. I would love it. I would love it, man. You know, one thing I'm going to throw at you really quick is so Raquel, okay, The Miz went out and did that whole thing. He made fun of LA Knight.
Yeah.
Right? Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad? Look, hindsight, right? Aren't you glad LA Knight didn't come out and, you know, beat him up? It worked out great, right?
It did.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying about, you know, stop letting Raquel come out and they fight, and you know, I get it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let it breathe. Let everybody just be like, ooh, you know, like, oh man, you know, like stop, you know, stop letting the other person. I mean, every once in a while, I get it, but in this case, I think they're cheapening Raquel a little bit. They could do a little bit better with her, building her up. And I agree with you wholeheartedly, Paul. I do see her as champion one day, but Mommy is way too hot to put her in, to throw water on her right now. You gotta just let her burn.
Hey, exactly. Especially with Bianca gone.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And then you know, man, when they come out and have them fight too much on the side of the ring, dude, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day, we've seen that every week for weeks on Raw. It's like, dude, it's like, come on, dude, we're not even excited really for it, hardly, you know?
Yeah.
So this match right here, man, the only thing I'm thinking on this match is Mommy's going to win, but Raquel needs to work more. We need to believe. Remember Nia Jax when she would come out? Like, oh my gosh, this thing is a monster. It's huge.
Right.
We don't think that of Raquel no more. At first we did. So maybe her facial expressions, I don't know, something's off, bro. Something's off, man. So long term, man, who would you like to see be the future of Monday Night Raw, Rhea or Raquel, if it had to choose one?
Okay, the future. At the moment, Mommy, obviously at the very moment, way too hot. We don't need no water. Let her burn. The future, it would be Raquel, but here's the thing. Tell her stop smiling so much.
Yes.
She doesn't need to be smiling. Show promos of her working out like you were this past week. And have her, you know, have her meet you. Have her put somebody through a table, man.
Yeah.
She could be a baby face. She doesn't need to be smiling all the time. She could be a baby face and put somebody through a table, man, you know? So
I agree. I agree. Exactly. Something's off right there. They need a little bit more meanness to her. They need her to be a little more like Almost, you know, a little more destroying people.
That's why I think she is gonna end up beefing it with Liv Morgan, and she's gonna put Liv Morgan right through a table.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Raquel as a. I mean, yeah, Raquel as a heel. Raquel as a heel, and I don't know if you noticed on Raw they messed up a few times. Sometimes calling her Raquel Gonzalez, Raquel
Oh,
Rodriguez. What's her
yeah.
real name? Do you know?
No, I don't, man.
It's
Don't.
I don't know. It's one of them. Well, anyways, here we go. The steel cage match: Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus.
Goodness gracious, man. I look. Oh, yeah. Trish Stratus was my favorite before Charlotte.
Uh huh.
And I loved Trish Stratus, 100% Stratus faction, man. A huge fan of Trish Stratus. And she has really, really put a damper on her career for me personally. I don't want to see her anymore. I don't. For one, okay, here's the thing, man. For one, I don't want to boo Trish Stratus. She's not a good heel.
Uh huh.
She is not a good heel. Spider saying, I believe it, Rodriguez. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, um, she's not a good heel, Paul. It's like, it's horrible acting. It is, man. It's like, okay, we cheered you. Yes, you were a heel back in the days at times as well. And it somewhat worked when you were a heel against Lita. That somewhat worked. Today, it's not working for me, Paul. It's not, man. It's terrible. Her being a heel today, it's just horrible. It's not working for me. I don't want to be booing her. I don't want to see her in the ring. I saw her in a match against Becky Lynch 2 weeks ago, and it was a terrible match. They had
Mhm.
so many pauses, like to make sure they get something right, and it just took me out of the match. And I'm like, oh man, what makes this somewhat, I guess, entertaining? I would guess a little intriguing is a steel cage match. But even that, do you really want to see Trish Stratus? I mean, maybe Trish Stratus from before, because she used to be really kick ass. Look, man, everybody say what you want to say. I'm saying it right now. Trish Stratus is not what she used to be. She's not. So I don't want to see her wrestling. I do think she can be around and be a manager. And I don't like her as a heel. I don't really like her wrestling too much. And for dang sure, I don't want to see her in a cage or a Hell in the Cell or in anything like that, man. She's trying to capitalize on, hey, you know what? The women's revolution is here. But Trish, you had your time, sister, and I just don't. It's not working for me, Paul. This match, the only little bit of intriguement that I have is this a steel cage match, and even with that being said, if they cancel the match, I don't even really care. I think Becky Lynch wins.
Pobre Trish, man. Hey,
I
I hope
love
you don't
Trish.
listen to this. Man, you destroyed
I
her,
love
bro.
Trish Stratus, man. I love Trish Stratus. I do. I love
Man,
Trish Stratus.
you just gave Trish a rock bottom, bro. Hey, did you see the match on SmackDown, the last match?
SmackDown
I
with
mean,
Trish.
no, Raw. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, oh with
Where
Trish
she,
or with the other chick.
yeah, the other chick.
Yeah, I did.
Did you see when Trish threw the chair in and nailed her in the head?
Right,
That
right.
was awesome, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
We rewind that a couple of times. It was classic, not planned. So I wonder when she got mad at Trish, if I wonder if that was real, or that was just part of the story. But anyways, man, you know, I like Trish. I like Trish. I think she's doing better than a lot of the people who come back do. But I do think this puts an end to this rivalry. And I think maybe after this, maybe Trish is going away. I don't know. Is this the end of the feud? Because I don't think we need no more of this feud, right? We don't need
Right.
no more of this. And then where does Becky Lynch go from here if she wins? Definitely Becky's gonna win. Becky's gonna win because just like John Cena, they usually bring a legend in to put somebody over. I think Becky's gonna win. My question would be, what does Becky do next? I don't want to see Becky with the title. It's like you said, Trish is not a good bad guy. Neither is Becky. Becky's a horrible bad guy too, man. She's better as a face. I don't know what's going to happen next. I hope it's not Mommy and Becky Lynch again, man. Or please no. You
Yeah.
know, where do you see going? Since we both think Becky's getting the win, where do you see them going? And do you think Trish goes bye bye?
Um. Yeah, I think she goes by. I'm not really sure what it is that she wants to do. If she wants to be back full time, that's what it kind of seems like, which I don't think is a good move because her wrestling skills just aren't there anymore. When you
Hmm.
compare it to what she used to do,
Uh huh.
it's just she's a lot slower.
Uh
She's
huh.
a lot slower, man. Does she go bye bye? I could see that. I could. I'm not saying she is, but I could see her going bye bye.
Cholo Trucker, are you there? Cholo Trucker.
I'm here, brother. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. You're back.
Okay. All right, got you. Um, yeah, I could kind of see her bumping heads with this chick, Tegan Knox, at this match, and then saying, "Fine, you know what? I quit. I'm out. I'm leaving you." And that's it, man. She kind of rides off into the sunset, I guess.
Yeah. Um, I think maybe she comes back to Raw. Something happens with like she can't just disappear because she's involved with that girl, right?
Right.
She's involved with that girl, so something happens for them to break up. So I think she comes back to Raw, but she is gone. She is gone. I think so. They should get her away, bring her back as a face. I think people will like her more as a face, as a legend, and come back and fight Rhea Ripley. Just kidding. So I mess with you. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm not too excited about this match, but I will. I want to give props because sometimes I pick on Becky Lynch, but I gotta say on Raw that last match, man, she put in some work. She put in some
Okay.
work, man.
Yeah.
Some devastating work. She still has it. I thought she was done. I thought she was too frail, too flabby. But man, I ate my words that day. She did a good job, you know.
Okay. Okay.
So we both are picking Becky Lynch. What
Yeah.
about you guys out there watching? Who do you guys got? Man,
Yeah.
here we go, guys.
What
The
else?
main event, bro. I can't believe this is the main event. We
Okay.
shouldn't even talk about it now. Seth freaking Rollins, the champion of Monday Night Raw World Heavyweight title, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. What do you say, Cholo?
Spider says Lynch. I do.
Woo.
In this main event, I picked Becky Lynch. And, Seth Rollins versus Nakamura, I picked Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
Okay, man. Okay. I just so I could vent here just a little bit. This is probably the worst main event all year in any pay-per-view. I can't think. I have not gone through every pay-per-view main event so far this year, but just off the top of my head, I think this is the worst one thus far.
Maybe the
If
last 5 years, bro.
maybe if anybody can think of a worse main event that has happened this year, let it be known, man. But this is a terrible one. Um, I understand for one reason or another, Shinsky has a fan. I know one of these douchebags, man. He's like a huge Shinsky Nakamura fan. And I'm like, okay, what is so great about him? He's all like, well, it's what he used to do in other promotions. I'm like, okay, what did he used to do over there? He hit harder. Like, what? He hit harder? Like, yeah, man. WWE put a leash on him. He used to hit harder. Like, I I've got no idea what the hell you're talking about. This match, Paul, it sucks to me. I think it's gonna be a pretty good in-ring performance, but because lack of storytelling, because lack of interest, I don't think people are really gonna care about it much. As far as a good match, yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good match, but not that much of an interesting match because there's not much story here, Paul.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who do I got? There's no look, man. If you want to bury the company, you give it to Shinsuke. That's if you want to kill. I mean, if you want, AEW to start to do what Eric Bischoff did. What was it? 82 weeks, 83 weeks with
Yeah.
WCW.
Yeah.
If you want to start that trend for AEW for them to start 80 something weeks, then have Shinsuke go over on Seth. But no, there's no way. There is zero. You just cannot have Shinsuke win this match.
Wow. Wow, man. So here's something interesting though. To me, this is just my personal opinion. To me, Seth with the belt, it's kind of boring. But people love him, man. I like mean Seth,
Right.
I like the Monday Night Messiah, just mean, just taking people out, I like the guy that hit Roman Reigns with the chair, that Seth. This guy kind of bores me, out and he comes out and dressed like Prince and wearing his wife's blouse and everybody sings and I've been a Seth fan, man, for years.
Yeah.
But I've also been a Shinsuke fan.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you why people like Shinsuke, if they're honest. Well, yeah, he was in Japan. He was the king of strong style. He was a big name over there. When he came over here, I think the only reason people like him, do you remember when they had that guy playing the guitar?
Yes.
What was his name? I forget his name.
Rick Boones.
Yeah, there you go. When he would play the guitar and Shinsuke would come out, it would just be funny. Because it seemed like a funny Asian dude just coming out, dude, and it would make people smile and laugh. And you would have what's his name dancing on the table? Oh my gosh!
Oh, yes, man, my boy Pat McAfee.
Yeah, see, it was just fun. So people like him because he made them laugh, just like Sammy at the time. They liked him because they made him laugh. They made people laugh. That's the only reason I think so. And here he is. He's a B-level wrestler. Thrown into the main event. It's like, what's going on here? So here is the thing, though, man. I'm hearing other talking heads, like Dave Meltzer and other people, right? And they're like saying they think Shinsuke might win. They think that Shinsuke might win, man.
All right.
And
leading to what? Like they're saying, like, okay, I think that he might win because of.
Man, I don't know. But here's the thing. If Shinsuke does win, right? Mm-hmm. If Shinsuke does win, I guarantee you Damian Priest is going to cash in Money in the Bank. And take the title away. If Shinsuke does win. And that could start a feud right there. Against two. Like that. Right?
Yes.
Right, but it makes no sense. Like me and you, we're insiders. We're wrestleheads. Mm-hmm. We follow this stuff all the way. We watch the shows. So we're like, there's no way he can win. And why are all these other wrestling heads saying Shinsuke has a good chance of winning? It makes no sense. So they're thinking that somehow Damian's going to be mixed in here. What do you think?
Okay. So if Judgment Day does not win the tag titles, okay, then I would say it is a possibility that Shinsuke wins the match. Mm-hmm. But if he does, because nobody's seen that. No, you're right, Paul. Nobody expects Shinsuke Nakamura to win the match.
Right.
Nobody. But if he, oh man, now you got me thinking here. Like, okay, so Judgment Day does not win the straps, the tag team titles.
Right.
Shinsuke wins. He goes over on Seth freaking Rollins, where everybody is like, what the F just happened? How can this be? And then Damian Priest comes out, lays it on Shinsuke, and becomes the champion. Wow.
That would be cool.
That is something, man. That is pretty damn cool. I do like that. However, I just want to ask you, Paul, is Damian Priest, is he championship material to you right now?
No, it would be a nice breath of fresh air.
Okay.
It would be just
Okay.
a temporary, kind of like a Big E thing.
Yeah.
Nice breath of fresh air, bro.
Okay.
And give it a try for a couple of months and see how he does. But the way I think it might go, is Damian comes out, right? Damian comes out during the middle of the match, and everybody's kind of like, whoa. Seth is like, whoa, and whatever. So he's right there watching. And then somehow later on, that dwarf dude comes out. That dwarf guy, the guy that's trying to get in the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
He comes out and somehow he causes the match. He causes the match for Shinsuke to win. And then Damian takes over. Maybe that dwarf guy gets thrown through, the referee throws him in the back, but eventually Damian gets it. The way it would be a horrible ending is if Damian's going to go cash in and Finn Balor stops it. Finn Balor jumps in and it creates something where they're going to be warring for a while. That's a possibility too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope that ain't, but I just hope that they can get the title off Seth. I hope so, just for fresh air. I want bad Seth back. I want him to turn into a villain again and come chase his title, man. I'm sick of this lingerie, coming out in Crocs and all that stuff. It's like, come on, bro.
Fashion police over here.
Yeah.
I would say this, Paul. I could deal with this, Seth, one more pay-per-view.
Yeah.
One more pay-per-view. I could deal with this, Seth, one more I'm not as tired of this, Seth, as you are.
Right.
But I do understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm not on the level that you are with him yet.
Yeah.
And I would say, you know what? One more pay-per-view will be cool with me.
Yeah, as long as he has a good a good challenger, bro. When he's something fresh, bro, because they've been doing the roundabout circle with all these people fighting each other for a while now, bro. So Shinsuke is a little bit of fresh air, but it's like unbelievable. It's like, no way. No way. Yeah.
I agree, man. I agree. Have him win just so Damian. And I'm with you. I think Damian Priest, is he championship material? Whether he is or isn't, I don't know. But I will say he, like you said, he's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. They gave him the money in the bank.
Right.
Why not? Why not, man? Why not take a chance for a while?
Yeah. So he is a breath of fresh air. And he doesn't need to be champion long. If it's not working, he doesn't need to be champion that long. So, you just have him be champion for 2 months or something if it's really being that bad, which I don't think it is. But, I could definitely see that.
Oh, one more thing, bro, before – I know we're winding down.
Yeah.
But one more thing. I'm sure you heard this too. This might call for a Becky Lynch loss. That she's going to be going to NXT for a while. Did you hear that?
I did.
So that's interesting. That's a little interesting thing to throw in there too. We don't know how that'll work.
Yeah, because this Tegan Knox chick that's with Trish Stratus, they just moved her up from NXT. So I think you know what, they're really starting to build up NXT, man. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm starting to pay a little bit more attention to NXT. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, they're starting to build it up, and they've also been having some NXT stars like the what the heck's her name? Stephanie Stratton, the women's champion. They have her front row at Monday Night Raw and stuff. So yeah, man, they're doing some good things.
Yeah, they're trying to catch up to AEW, man.
Right, yeah. But Pablo, with that, man, how excited are you for this pay-per-view? And are you gonna be watching it live?
No, I'm going to be somewhere with you, bro.
Well,
the same area. Oh, no, not Saturday. Right up. I'll be up that way, man. Unless they have it in the hotel. Right. Yeah, man. So me and Cholo Trucker, we're going to be out. Our friend David Rocha, if you're watching this, he's going to be he's opening a church, or reopening his church in Modesto. You're all welcome to come. Come on out if you're in Northern California. Me and Cholo Trucker are going to be there. Come out Saturday, 10 o'clock. It's called House of Rest Church in Modesto. We're going to be there to go support our friend.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to watch it live, but I will watch it eventually. But no, not live. And honestly, it's for me, it's not that big of a loss.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
there's one you're gonna miss, it's this one.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And just one
Exactly.
more thing, bro. Just for those of you watching, we're taping this on a Friday afternoon.
Right.
Tonight is SmackDown. They have John Cena returns for Friday night SmackDown, so he's going to come do something. They have Mysterio and what's his partner's name?
Ramos Santos
Yeah,
Escobar.
Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar and Mysterio versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They're going to have the return of Jey Uso, and then The Miz and LA Knight are going to confront each other. So that's what's happening tonight on SmackDown.
Them confronting each other, I think is must watch TV, man.
Definitely.
Man,
Definitely.
SmackDown is on another level, man. Raw better catch up.
Yeah.
Pablo, looking forward to hanging out with you this weekend, brother. I'll see you soon, my man.
All right, man. Talk to you late.
Hey, shout outs to all the junkies out there. Wrestling Rehab. Go catch my boy Pablo on the LA Times. Enjoy Payback for whatever it's worth. Troll Trucker, Wrestling Rehab for my man Pablo. Catch you guys on next one.
And